Click start recording. Welcome the YouTube audience back who will watch this on the video on demand replay. CLG FC episode 221. So I actually just finished uploading the off-season video of 210.2. That finished. So that's now currently up on the Twitch or up on the YouTube. Tomorrow I will be uploading episode 211, which is nice. And I gotta thank you, Snicky, for going through some of the videos and looking for a twinkle highlight, because it's like the only movement that channel has gotten, because I'm pretty sure, for the most part, I'm pretty sure I got shadow banned by YouTube for a month. It's the second time. It would have been the second time that I would have been shadow banned by YouTube. So, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a month-long shadow ban. So, but anyway, we are. Oh, you know what I never did? I never set the affinities on these. Wow, 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 wow. I never set the affinity on this stuff. So let me go to details real quick. Come here to FM and take 9 or 10 processors off. And there we go. Why do I have 3 transfers? Loan offers for Jack Pearson. There we go. Let's accept all offers. I'm okay with all that. They're even going to pay his wages. Burskoff are playing Isle of Man, FC Isle of Man. We'll see who wins that one. We've got Burskoff as well coming up next. So, FC Isle of Man won. Stevenson, the 41st, scored for the visitors. And then Lorraine was sent off in the 87th minute. And Burskoff couldn't equalize. So Burskoff remained 10th. FC Isle of Man up to 5th. They actually leapfrogged Sutton Reserves, but they were already in a playoff spot because Sutton Reserves cannot be promoted. So they can be relegated, but they can't be promoted. Same with Silston Reserves, who are, oddly enough, in one of the relegation spots currently. But nonetheless, we are going to probably have Leagues in Focus coming up as well. So, so that'll be something to watch out for. We got 10 days before the next fixture. So we might get through the October fixtures. We got one in Burskoff, Sutton Reserves, and Cross Hills, back to back to back like that. We might get through them on today's stream. But, yeah. The Cross Hills game, no matter what, even if I have time left at the end of the stream, I'm going to call it now. The Cross Hills game will be the final game of the stream. So Union came runner-up in 2027 in MLS Cup in my save. They did as well in mine. They came runner-up in, I think it was 2027 as well. I can take a look. But, yeah, they came runner-up again. So, if I go here, and I go here, and I go here, yeah, same year, 2027, they came runner-up. Who's won? And they haven't won the U.S. Open Cup either. So, and I guess I don't think they've won Leagues Cup either. Not that anyone cares about Leagues Cup. Like, fucking Leagues Cup is terrible. Here we go. Leagues Cup. Past winners: Monterrey, Charlotte, Orlando, Tigres, Cincy, Scum, Toluca, Austin, Chicago, St. Louis, Colorado. Union didn't even finish top 3. Querétaro finished runners up twice. Brutal. But yeah. So, the only thing that Leagues Cup is good for is the Champions League spots. That's the only thing it's good for. So, nice. But just had 3 injuries. Yeah, I had that. I had that happen to me in my FM14 save. My FM14 save, I had an injury in the first half, so I made a sub. And then we were down 1-0, and I had a defender who was playing terrible. So I made a sub in the at halftime, right? And because he was on like a 5.9, so I was like, he's got to go. Like I gotta swap him out. And then I had an injury in the, or no, I'm sorry, I had a player sent off in the 65th minute. We somehow still scored to make it 1-1. I made my last sub in the 80th minute, down to 10 men, mind you, still at this point. And then I got an injury again in the 68th minute. So now I was down to 9 men because I had no more subs to make. And somehow, with like the last kick of the game, we scored. And we won 2-1. I was like, what is this game? What is this actual game? So. But yeah, it's that happened first season my FM14 set. I was like, what the fuck? So, um, I did talk about the schedule earlier. I just wanted to refresh that, by the way. Monday, Rise of Nations. Tuesday, Hearts of Iron. Wednesday, no stream. Thursday will be Taimanen. Right now, Friday is going to be no stream because I'm probably going golfing on Friday because the weather looks like it's going to be really nice. If the weather turns, I'll add a stream for Friday. And then Sunday we will be back here with some more CLG FC. It'll be day 116 on Sunday. Only in the morning until about 4:45. I actually think I have to change that because I think we have a game this weekend. We do. I'm sorry, that's on Sunday. Yeah, that's Sunday, not Saturday. Saturday there's no stream because I have the Union game. So Sutton Reserves are playing in Central. And let's see who wins that matchup. In Central, that's a big win. Sutton's lost a lot of form. Jones in the 47th, Ellison in the 49th. In Central with a big win over Sutton Reserves. They actually pulled themselves up into the top half for the first time, I think, or at least since earlier this season. They are up to 9th. Sutton Reserves are now in 6th. So. So. This track listing that I wanted to listen to, I am almost through it all, which is fantastic. So. Right. I can't find what tab I'm on. There we go. That's how you know you have too many open. Got the debt down to 400K now. Let's go, Blockbuster. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. We got Apley Bridge under 18s in the National U18 Northwest League. My FM16 save is like that. I am in the 18th level, the 18th tier of England in my FM16 save, and my club has taken out a $250,000 loan. I'm like, why? I'm literally playing friendlies. It's literally like game on Saturday, friendly on Wednesday, game on Saturday, friendly on Wednesday for the whole season because I just need the income from the ticket sales of the friendlies. So, just to try and stave off some of the debt. So I gained I think I've gotten like 80,000 in like prize money over the 6 seasons from cups and whatnot, because I've won quite a few of the cups, but it's like the prize money from the cups isn't enough to offset the loan. So I'm trying to I'm just trying to play friendlies to just try and garner up more money. Right, Green shines in CLG FC under 18's draw. Dean Peterson from the penalty marker in the 51st before Nana Muhammad missed the penalty in the 68th. Anthony Bowen then scored in the 76th. 1-1 for us against Appley Bridge under 18s. We are now 3 points back of Marine under 18s who've taken a top spot, but it's a decent draw because Appley Bridge are right behind them. And the loan, by the way, the loan is like 20 years in my FM 16 save. The loan is like a solid 20 years. So, oh boy. Snicky, look away. Marine Road hosting Earlham. McCormick in the 6th minute. Barrett in the 33rd for Earlham. It was 2-0 for them. Garcia in the 86th got a goal back. Marine couldn't find the equalizer. It was only consolation. 2-1. Marine Road remain in 16th. It would have been a big point for them. They would have moved up to 6 points. But Earlham, they're in the top half now. They're up to 13 points. And they're up to 12 points and up to 9th overall in the league. Right, here's the West Ham beat Norwich. Then they beat Swansea. That's a big win for West Ham. And Union drew Atlanta. So, you got to think we're going to get leagues in focus here in a few days. We'll check FA Cup. We'll check Champions League. We'll check it all when we get leagues in focus here. I might do that going forth next season, is actually check FA Cup every single round and go over the games. It'll be long, but I don't know about you, but I love early rounds of the FA Cup. First qualifying round, extra preliminary round, second qualifying round, third qualifying round, fourth I love all that shit. Absolutely love all that shit. So, same with the FA Trophy and the FA Vase. By the way, who is in the FA Trophy this season and the FA Vase? The final of the FA Trophy this year is Aldershot Town versus Spennymoor Town. And the final of the FA Vase this year is AFC Whiteleaf versus Whitstable Town. There was a quarterfinalist called Hartpury University FC, which would have been sick. Imagine that, a university club over in England making the FA Vase final. That would have been like if your school ever did win that over there, the FA Vase. That is such a ginormous achievement. Like that would have been the stuff of legend for that school, you know. Imagine you're going to the university in England, of which college sports are not really a huge thing, and there's just the FA Vase sitting there, and that would have been, oh man, that would have been amazing. So, Jordan Navarro isn't benefiting from his individual. Remind me in a month, please. Not yet for these guys. Right. So that's like the U.S. Open Cup. I know people have heard of El Burrito or whatever the name is, but there's a restaurant chain or there's a restaurant store out in San Diego, California that has won they're an amateur side, and before MLS existed, which MLS didn't exist until 1996, but before they did exist, in 1993, this El Burrito won the U.S. Open Cup. So it's a Mexican restaurant chain, or I shouldn't even say chain. It's just a Mexican restaurant out in San Diego, California. And if you go there, sitting up atop of the cabinet at behind the bar is the U.S. Open Cup trophy, the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup trophy from 1993. So I just think that's fucking awesome. Like that's so cool. Like that's what I mean. That's the closest we have to the FA Cup. Like that's why MLS trying to pull out of it was such a disgrace. And I'm glad that. I mean, all 30 teams from MLS should be playing in it, but only 16 are this time. But I'm glad that at least we've made a little bit of headway in forcing MLS's hand back into it. Let's do leagues in focus. We'll start with the MLS. We're going to start with the Eastern Conference. Here are your playoff teams: Columbus, the Red Bulls, Philly, Chicago, Orlando, Miami, New England, Atlanta, Montreal. DC misses out. Toronto finishes the worst team in the West, or in the East. In the West, whoa. In the West, Seattle, the Scum, the LA Galaxy, St. Louis, Portland, Colorado, Austin, Vancouver, and Houston make it. Kansas City misses out by 3 points. FC Dallas finish with just 5 wins all season. Who'd they beat? Toronto, Colorado, DC, Real Salt Lake, Sporting Kansas City. I think Colorado is the only playoff team of those 5 they actually beat. Who'd they draw? The Scum, Minnesota twice. That's brutal. If you're Minnesota, Jesus. LA Galaxy and Colorado. So they took 4 points out of 6 from Colorado, which is impressive. The draw against the Scum is impressive. The draw against the Galaxy is impressive, but those are the only results they got against top teams. Who'd they lose to? Like everybody. Anyway. So what has that given us? That has given us Montreal playing Atlanta in the play-in game. Winner plays Columbus in a best-of-3. Philly's got Miami. New York's got New England. Chicago's got Orlando City. And in the West, Houston's playing Vancouver in the play-in game. Winner plays Seattle in the best-of-3. Then it's St. Louis versus Portland. The Scum versus Austin. And the Galaxy versus Colorado. So that is the MLS playoffs. In the Prem, Villa now top. Then it's Chelsea, Burnley. Oh, go back. Chelsea, Burnley, Spurs, Newcastle, Arsenal, Leeds. Southampton just on the outside looking in. Man U down in 15th now because off the back of that. Surprise. So, well, how many big 3? Only 3. The big. Where's oh wow. Man U in 15th, Liverpool in 16th. And Man U, Bournemouth, Brentford, all 3 points above the drop. By the way, Liverpool and Palace are Liverpool's above the drop on goal difference. Palace is above the drop on. Oh no, they're both a point above the drop. Sorry, Liverpool and Palace are both a point above the drop. City are in the drop. Please let them go down. That would be amazing. Sheffield Wednesday is 3 points adrift in 19th. Sheffield United 5 points adrift. You get the Sheffield Derby in the top flight. Look at that. But yeah, that's the Prem. Sky Bet Championship. West Ham are top by 5 over Rotherham, who lead the playoff places by a point over Fulham, Swansea, Forest, and Birmingham. Cardiff on the outside looking in by goal difference. Bristol City on the outside looking in by a point. At the bottom, it is Watford, QPR, Portsmouth, West Brom, all a point above the drop. Ipswich above the drop on goal difference over Barnsley. The Scum are 3 points adrift in 22nd. Blackburn now 3 points adrift in 24th. Sky Bet League 1. Derby and Charlton level on points, both 2 above the playoff places, which include Bolton, Milton Keynes, Colchester, and Leyton Orient. Plymouth on the outside looking in by a point. At the bottom, Chesterfield, Crewe, Wimbledon are all a point above the drop over Wrexham. Carlisle 6 adrift in 22nd, along with Southend in 23rd. South Shields now 8 adrift in 24th. Sky Bet League 2. Cambridge lead the league. They're by a point over Scunthorpe and Oldham, who themselves are a point above the playoff places, which include Bristol Rovers, Port Vale, Woking, and Scarborough. Doncaster on the outside looking in by a goal in the goal difference. Preston, Rochdale, both a point on the outside themselves. At the bottom, Exeter, Wycombe, York and Notts County are 2 points above the drop over Blackpool, who've come off the bottom of the table. Yeovil now at the bottom of the table, 3 adrift. Vanarama National, Hereford lead the league on goal difference over Shrewsbury, Forest Green, Rovers, Bromley, Macclesfield, Kingsland Town, Solihull Moors. Hartlepool are on the outside looking in, as are Barnet by 2 points. At the bottom, Aldershot Town, Dorchester Town, Maidstone United, all a point above the drop over Maidenhead and Gillingham. Northampton Town are 4 points adrift in 23rd. Dorking are 11 adrift in 24th. They picked up just their second point this season, but they've yet to win in 13 games. Vanarama North, Chester lead the league by 2 points over Fleetwood, Gainsborough, Morecambe, Tamworth, Stowbridge, and Pex Hill. Accrington standing on the outside looking in on goal difference. Marine were top of the league. They are now a point back. They've fallen off quite hard. Down at the bottom, Southport are a point above the drop over Boston United. Apley Bridge are 2 adrift in 22nd. Darlington are 4 adrift in 23rd. Rugby Town are 10 adrift in 24th. Vanarama South, Cray, a point above the league, or the playoff places, which include AFC Sudbury, Margate, CK Andover, Bath, Mersham, and Weymouth. Dartford and Oxford City are on the outside looking in. Dartford by goal scored, Oxford City by goal difference. And then Bowers and Pitsea as well as Hastings are a point back. At the bottom, Farnborough and Harrow are both a point above the drop over Wealdstone. Dover Athletic are 3 adrift in 22nd, as are Billericay and St. Albans City, who are also 3 adrift. Finally, the division above us, Northwest County League Premier Division, Rochdalians still lead the league by 3 points over Broughton Amateurs, Hattersley, Barlick Wanderers, and Addingham. Cone, 4 points on the outside looking in 6th. At the bottom, yes, I did. Yes, Nicky. At the bottom, Sandbach United a point above the drop. Lairds above the drop by a goal difference over Highgrove. And then it's Prestwich who are a point adrift in 22nd. Trafford, 3 adrift in 23rd. I got to that screen again and I forgot. Yes, I did. I did create players, yeah. I created the players that I wanted in the side, and then I let the CPU create the rest. So, and then I have edited players since then, like Switchblade, for example. Twinkle is another one. Frack, I think, is another one. I have edited those players since then, but yes. So if I just make the players I want and then autofill it, it won't replace them. No, that's correct. If you make the players you want on the side and then you autofill the rest, it'll add the players you need to the team. It'll generate players and add them to the rest of the roster, and your created players will be there. So. Right. Let's check 3 other competitions. What do you want to be called? Spenakage is fine. I thought, I think that's fine, right? You're going to put my first name as like Benjamin, last name Kage or something. No, but you can make a common name or a nickname. So, the first round is here. He is, yeah. Did Mac win in their round, in their game? No, they didn't. They lost to Morecambe. Oh, boy. First round draw for the FA Cup. I don't play FM at all. I've been playing for 15 years. I've loved FM, man. So every time it's so funny talking to streamers. Not that it matters, it doesn't. You know what I mean? But it is funny being part of the FM streaming community because now all the European guys that I watch or that come in the stream or whatever, right? They all have been playing FM. Like a majority of them that I talk to are like, they're like, yeah, I've been playing FM since Championship Manager, like 02, 03 or 98, 99 or something. I'm like, oh my god. And then, yes, the common name overrides the actual name. Yes, that's because that's what they use for the Brazilian players. Because you know how the Brazilian players have like 6 or 7 names, and then they're just known as like Ronaldo or you know Hulk. Like that's what they use for the. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work fine. So, yep, yep. So, um, but then so like all the European guys I watched, they've all been playing FM for over like almost a decade before I was. But then all of the American streamers that I watch, they uh, they have like I think the earliest one is like FM 19 for one of them is like their first FM, and I'm like, oh, I was like, I remember FM 19, but like I actually didn't play FM 19 too much. Um, but anyway, um, so right, it just seems like it's taken a little bit longer for it to get very popular over here in the U.S. Even though the game's been coming out in the U.S. since like I think the '05 edition, and it's been on Steam since I want to say the '08 edition. For those on Twitch, you got an ad break in 2 minutes. We're just going to go over the FA Cup and whatnot in the meantime. Right, FA Cup first round. Here you go. League 2, League 1 teams enter. Morecambe, Wigan, Charlton, Milton Keynes, Swindon, Derby, Kidderminster, Wickham, Woking, Tranmere, Newport on Isle of Wight, Reading, Maidenhead, Crewe, Chester, Earlham Steel Rangers. That's a big game for them. Chesterfield, Colchester, Barrow, Oldham, Peterborough, Kingsland Town, South Shields, Scunthorpe. That's a good game. That's going to be a really good game. Rochdale, Gillingham, Cambridge, Scarborough, Plymouth, Margate, Altrincham, Barnet, Torquay, Newport County, Fleetwood, Southend, Shrewsbury, Mersham, Gateshead, Stoke. That's a big draw. That's a big pull for Gateshead. It's a shame that's not at Stoke. Chelmsford, Wimbledon, Bradford City, Grimsby Town, Solihull Moors, Walsall, Notts County, Dorking. That's a terrible draw if you're Dorking. You're going straight out the cup. Bolton, Leighton Orient, Sutton, Broughton Amateurs. That's going to be a big, interesting game as well. York, Preston, Weldstone, AFC Sudbury, that's a non-league versus non-league there. Doncaster, Sutton, Forest Green Rovers, Mansfield, Harrow, Wrexham, Crawley, Mickleover, Exeter, Hartlepool, Northampton Town or Hereford will play Bristol Rovers, Oxford United, Lincoln. This is going to take so long. Yeah, it does. It took me like a good 3 to 4 hours to set up. I actually meant to, the day I set it up, I was going to stream that day, the start of the save, and then it took me so many hours. It took me like 4 to 5 hours to get the save set up that I wound up just like, yeah, I'll start stream tomorrow. Like that's what I did. So Oxford, Lincoln, Worthing, Bromley, Blackpool, Port Vale, Salford, Yeovil, Carlisle, Stevenage, CK Andover, Burton. That's also an interesting game. Right in the Carabao Cup, nothing's changed. They haven't played yet. In the let's go to the FA Trophy first round. I think the overall they all seem yeah, that's right. The overall's 33. That's about right. Yeah. Are default stats relevant to the league you selected? Yes. Yes, they are. So like if you're going to start in the bottom tier, you're going to get those players. Yeah. So right. FA Trophy first round. Chichester, Eastbourne Borough, Hucknall Town, Harborough, Dagenham and Redbridge have got Dulwich Hamlet. Leatherhead, Stenning. It might be Staining, but I'm going to say Stenning Town. So just change the potential. You don't. You can change. Yeah, change the potential to 200 is what I would do. The other thing you can do is you can up their stats if you want to, just to make them a little bit better. And I don't know. I mean, it's up to you if you want to make their potential 200. If you make their potential 200, you might start getting a lot of teams looking at them. Whereas if you want to edit their potential over time a little bit higher and higher, then that might work as well. Got first Canada match soon against Honduras. Good luck. You should win that. Um, uh, Herne Bay have got Waltham and Hersham. FC United of Manchester have Albion Sports. Alex Albion Sports. There you go. Uh, Northern Premier League, Premier Division. Um, uh, Silson's got Sutton. Hayes and Yetting United have got Concord. Eastleigh have got Truro. That'll be an interesting game. Silchester have got Worcester. Histon's got Braintree Town. Gloucester have got Helston Athletic. Mangotsfield have got Taunton. Boodle's got Ashington. Shiresbrook has got Leamington. Redditch has got Barwell. Weston Supermare have AFC Rushton and Diamonds. Dealtown have Sheppey United. Earlham Steel Rangers have Radcliffe, so they're in both competitions right now. Vauxhall Motors have got Rossington, Maine. Newport Isle of Wight, who are also in both competitions still, have got Chipping Sodbury. Deeping Rangers have Hemel Hempstead. FC Halifax Town have Guiseley. Rudwick have Gosport. Whitehawk have Slough. Tarlington Corinthians have a Hyde. Wisbech have Burnham Ramblers. Halloween have Mickleover, or Halloween, or Halloween. Potter's Bar have Fenstanton. Bury have Blythe. Spartans. Chatham have Horsham. South Park has Mersham. Real quick question on Slough. How have they done in the save? Good old, what's his name? Cullum Slough. They got the start of the save was 23-24, right? They got relegated opening season down to Vanarama, out of the Vanarama South. And they were in the Southern Premier League. They made the playoffs for 3 straight years, lost them all, and now they've been stuck down there. They actually made the playoffs one additional year in 29-30 and then lost that as well. And they've been stuck down in Southern League Premier South. So, right, FA Vase. Let's go over that real quick. What is the NA Nations League? It's like UEFA Nations League. It's the exact same thing. You have UEFA Nations League. It's the exact same thing, but for CONCACAF. Right, second round matches in the FA Vase real quick. We'll go over this and then we'll look at Champions League and the 3 European competitions. We'll be out of here. We'll keep moving on. Right. Second round of the FA Vase. Home Rovers have Horden. That's Horden Community Welfare. Tagley have Sporting Carpathians. Bridgewater United over Kensham Town. Rochdalians have got Gothford Town. Remember, they're leading the league above us. Chessington and Hook United have Hassocks. Bradley, who is in our division, have North Walkden in our division as well. Hanley have Lincoln United. Hanley also in our division. Linkfield have got Eccles or Rugbyborough. Lockswood have Great Wakering. Barking have got Littlehampton Town. Bilston Town have Shawbury United. East Hendred have Cirencester. Abbeymead Rovers have, or it's Cirencester, but it might be Cirencester, but it should be Cirencester. Anyway, Millbrook at Abbeymead Rovers. Witheridge have Bradford Town. South Woodham Ferrers United have either Camden and Ilsington or Maidenhead Town. Ferring have either Battletown or Tooting Beck. Horndean will play New Salamis. What a name, New Salamis. West Phoenix has Devistown. Wisborough Green have Punjab United. AWFC have Berks County. Hartley Whitney have, is that like Carly Worley's brother? Hartley Whitney has Buckhurst Hill. Midhurst and Eastbourne have Little Common. Hattersley will play Barlick Wanderers. Chess Hunt has Cockfosters. What a name, Cockfosters. What best name in all of England for a club, Cockfosters FC. Mitcham Park have Tenterton Town. Newent Town have Smith Barometrics. Prestwich Hayes has Bickerstaff. Bickerstaff also in our division. Wick have Spartans Youth. Billbrook have Peterborough Sports. Coleshill have Dunkirk. Wellington will play Basildon Town. Rochester United have Tonbridge. Bashley will play either Norton Fitzwarren or Ensham Sports and Social Club. I just realized I got a Canada game, then the next day league game. Yep. The fun of dual management. I love it, though. I absolutely love dual managing. Warrington have got Old Stretfordians. Matlock have Slesden. Cambridge City have Dartford Celtic. Sherwood Colliery will play Studley. Highgate United will play Westfields. Bishop Cleeve will play Corsham Town. Trafford's got Broughton Amateurs. Broughton Amateurs are in fucking 3 competitions? Is that right? No. Why is it only here, the first division cup only? They're in the cup, man. Anyway, I don't know. Sutton Common have Tower Hamlets. Wythenshawe Town have Billingham Town. Loughborough Students have Huntington Town. AFC Phoenix has got Market Drayton. AFC Isle of Man from our division have got Worsborough Bridge. Cadbury Heath will play Ironsbury Rovers. Buckhall Athletic have QK Southampton. I don't know what QK stands for. I don't know, but they're in Cirencester, so I don't know. Anyway, Hendon have Stanway Pegasus. Golcar United will play Barton Town. Wollaston Victoria will play Newcastle Town. Brentwood's got Homer Green. Boston Town's got Sutton Bonington. Burnham's got Pegham. Ipswich and Ewell will have AFC Croydon Athletic. Whitby's got Cross Hills. Wellington Borough will play Staffordshire Victoria. Jersey Bulls, what a name, have got Crewe Kern Rangers. Concept will play Burskoff. Royal Wootton Bassett has got Exmouth. Milton Hall Town has got North Walsham Town. Amersham Town's got Stanway Rovers. Congleton Town has got Clifton All Whites. Needham Market will play Farlingham Town. And West Allotment Celtic will play Whitley Bay in the FA Vase. Lastly, the thing we want to take a look at, club competitions. The Conference League still hasn't moved. They haven't moved in any of the European competitions. So there's your leagues in focus, extended leagues in focus with the cups. And we're going to move on to getting closer to this Burskoff game. So, sorry. That was, now I got to do, there we go. Here we go. I was thinking about doing dual management in this save, but I don't think I will. I think this save is going to be, you're out a day because you stubbed your finger. Are you serious? Although, then again, he is a goalkeeper, so that actually kind of makes a lot of sense. The one position you need your hands. Fair enough. First Division Cup, here's the second round matchups. All Cigar will get past Main Road. Ashton gets past Pex Hill Reserves. Marston Brook win again on penalties over Burskoff. Congleton Town beat Mossley. Helsbury gets by Great Sutton. Cross Hills beats Homebridge. In Central upsets Hednesford. Earlham beats Old Xaverians. Laneminch will lose to Clitheroe. Macclesfield Reserves fall to Bickerstaff. Milton United beats Silsden Reserves. Hepworth United beat Neston Nomads on the road. Almondbury Woolpack beats Ramsbottom United. And FC Isle of Man overruns Runcorn Linnets. That's the First Division Cup. So that should be a Second Division Cup draw coming up. Yeah. The draw should be, those were second round matches, so it's the third round that's coming up. We're out of the First Division Cup already. Who has pinged me? Chat. Event in 47 minutes. Well, it's fine. It's a GM event for Pangya. I'll set this one. Snicky is back in full training. Let's go. Pearson's going to move to Heslington on loan. Good stuff. Harry Norris is out 5 to 6 weeks. He sprained his ankle. Brutal. Well, Snicky's back at full training, which means Mukendi's back on the bench. But we have to think about Norris, right? Because Jack was only suspended, so we don't have to worry about Norris coming back in yet. You beat Honduras 6-0. Yeah, they're not very good, Honduras. 15 years ago they would have been a competitive side, but they're not very good anymore. There's been a big disparity gap that's opened up in CONCACAF, and basically, obviously you have the U.S. and Mexico. The U.S. has fallen off a little bit. Mexico's fallen off a little bit. Canada's come in, and they're really good now. Canada's probably the best they've ever been. Costa Rica used to be incredible, and they've fallen off a little bit. They're still good, but they're not incredible like they used to be. Panama is still tricky. But then all the other nations that used to actually be like semi-competitive, Trinidad and Tobago, El Salvador, Honduras, they've fallen off a cliff. And the only other country that's really come up to be semi-competitive is Jamaica. So you have like 4 tiers in CONCACAF. Tier 1 is the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. Tier 2 is Costa Rica, Panama, Jamaica. Tier 3 is Honduras, El Salvador, and Trinidad and Tobago. And then Tier 4 is everybody else. West Ham beat Bristol City. So. Right. What are you talking about? Nobody. Nobody. Get these guys out of chat. No, I didn't mean to do that. Cool. Get them out. There we go. Right. MLB has started. We're the favorites for once. 4-5. Burskov 3-1 to draw. 11-3. I'm not going to scout those competitions. And we are a day away. So a little bit of a longer episode today because the league's in focus and chatting with you guys, or at least on this episode. Let's attend the pre-match press conference. Cameron Clark from Mundial with the first question. Oh. I don't think there's a bit. Recent reports have linked you for the what? Not interested in the player. We've been rested. Frack can make the difference. Cool. Thank you. Right. Jack has got a tight groin. A day ahead of the game. Stretch it out, Jack. You're playing. You got out of the last game because you were suspended, but you're playing. So. Right. Let me just whoop, whoop, whoop. Right. Get back into the right tab. There we go. Lancaster have this was a rescheduled match, by the way. This is the First Division Cup match, actually. So. And Bradley won that one, to no surprise of anybody. So they're into the second round as well, or the third round as well. I fancy Bradley to win the cup. I think they're going to do it. I just think they're so good. I think Bradley will win the First Division Cup. Musterbrook have a chance as well. But, yeah, I think Bradley's going to win this the First Division Cup. I got to refresh. these guys who are blocked out of chat. So you fucking annoying thing about YouTube, man. So, right. Ramsbottom United, North Walkden is the marquee matchup for this weekend, or this match day, if you would. So we'll see how we do. We got 12th place Burskoff. Witten Albion under 18s against our under 18s. That's a big matchup as well, because Witten are second, remember, and we are, I think, sixth in the league as well. Got the fourth cup match now against the first tier team. Good luck, Blockbuster. Knock them out, will you? Spring the upset. Be the giant killer. They're in extra time, or added time, I should say, in the Chelsea-Liverpool game. So, still down 1-0. I'm sorry, 2-1. Is Liverpool. Our Liverpool, so. Right. Right, that's good. Hellwell Sparkles in Counter Logic FC under 18s victory. That's a big win. Kieran O'Hanlon in the 22nd before Robbie McMahon for Witten Albion's under 18s in the 42nd leveled it, and then Nana Muhammad actually finally made a penalty in the 49th, and they win, or we win, I should say, 2-1. That moves us within 2 points of Apley Bridge under 18s. Also means we leapfrog both Witten Albion under 18s and Macclesfield under 18s. So we're 2 points back now in the under 18s league. Jack is fit to take part. We're going to mark Kirk Carson at all times. Jack is going to be fine. So let's submit the results, or the team, not the results, but the team, and get ready for this match. Right. We've got, they are 0-2-3 in their last 5. We are 3-2-0 in our last 5. They've made 2 changes to their starting lineup. So let's point the form. There we go. That did well. And let's get into it, shall we? Here we go. Oh, I fucked it up. I forgot to turn the Firefox audio back on. For you guys. But anyway, here we go. Here comes the money. Will Davis, the referee again. They're in a 4-4-2. We're on a 4-1-1-3-1. Boom. Right. We're underway. They're in the green with the black shorts. We're in the black with the blue. And we're underway. They've already had a player book in Hawkridge. And then Jack got booked for us already. Here's Sheamus. Back post. Jones! It's just over. Just over. Here's Sheamus. Whips it in. Punched away by Kennelly. Here's Frack with a throw. Jones. Frack. Twinkle. Back to Jones. He stayed on side. Jones. The cross. Snicky! Beautiful. What a well-worked goal. Snicky on the return to the lineup. The return from injury. Bags the 4th goal of the season. This is just gorgeous football. That is just brilliant football. There we go. 1-0 early. Right. Here's Jones again, over the top. Sticky can't run that down. Bengala gives it to his keeper. Absolutely punted forward. Parks heads it back. Cookies can't win the second ball. Howard does. Here's Holmes on the right for Burskoff. Reed now turning on it. Reed moving back to Holmes. Holmes whips in across. Carson's there. Frack wins the header though. Offside on Carson. Here's Twinkle. Brott. Jack. Parks inside for Snicky. Can send Sheamus. Send him. Oh, good run. Finally gives it to Sheamus. Looking to tuck back inside. Joe Jones back post. And Oyongo will put it out for a corner. R.I.P. to Liverpool. It's a big win for Chelsea. Here's Okoniku. Frack, did he stay on? Oh, it's a penalty. No, it's a free kick. That looked like a penalty to me, but it's a free kick right on the edge of the area. Apparently it was wasted because we didn't get to see it. Here's Twinkle. Sheamus on the left-hand side. And that cross is blocked. It will go out for a corner. Here's Sheamus to take. Whipped in. Headed up, not out. Finally headed out. Bayern are champions. Oh, IRL? Vincent Kompany won. Kane's won his first trophy. Vincent Kompany has as well. Snicky was offside, so has to lay off that one. Bengala will give it back to Keenly. Carson, Reed. Onyango. Bengala. Hawkridge. Kilhenny. Reed. Carson. Offsides again on Carson. Here's Okonikun. Whipped in. Up, not out. Holmes punts it clear. Reed might chase it down, but instead I'm there. Forward for Twinkle. Oh, what a terrible touch from Twinkle. Oh, boy. Holmes has gotten by him, and now we're scrambling to get back. Reed's on the inside. He's got plenty of space. Jack stepped forward. That shot takes a block off of Jack and goes out for a corner. Howard. Whipped in. It's headed clear. Carson on the left-hand side. Headed up. Holmes runs it down. Back inside. Good tackle. Cookies has got it. We could break here. That's not how you break. Cookies, you had all the green in front of you, brother. Why are you passing it backwards? 10th Shadow. What's going on, brother? Let me give you a shout out. I know you haven't streamed. Fuck. Oh, sorry. Thank you. They play Nikkei. They play Monster Hunter Wilds. They play Action Time and they very rarely stream, but they're always very, very nice. It's the 10th Shadow. So, thank you. I forgot my. You know what it is? I have to type. Obviously, when you do a shout out or anything in Twitch chat, it's slash. It's a slash command. Slash is my kill switch mute unmute key. I never changed it from my esports days. It was always slash. So I've kept it because I'm so comfortable with it now. But I have to remind myself every time now. Instead of, I've gotten used to the point where when I have to type a command, I usually just hit slash twice and then backspace once. I'm so backwards when it comes to that shit. So, but yeah, welcome in, man. Nice. Glad you're. Have you pulled Siren yet on Nikkei? Here's Hawkridge in the box. Is that a corner? I think that's a corner. Yes. So you have. Nice. The Mahara, the SR Mahara, or is it SR? SR Mahara? Or is it UR Mahara? The new Mahara is what I would love to pull that, but I don't play Nikkei. I haven't touched Nikkei in like 2 weeks. So SSR, yeah, thank you. SSR. Mihara. So here's Jones. I actually use Mihara right now, like standard SR Mihara. So I would like to pull the SSR. Jones might be offsides here. Nope. Cookies turns. Cookies scores. Third goal of the season for Cookies. I thought this was going to be one of those things where we never. I mean, I thought Jones should have taken him himself, and then Cookies had his back towards goal, but he at least had the frame of mind to turn around and absolutely slap that thing in there. Slapping the base, man. Straight into the back of the net. 2-0 over Burskov here in the first half. So. Samuel Woolley. It's a kickoff highlight, so nothing coming of this one. We're going to always press Kirk Carson. 2 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. We're seconds away from the halftime whistle. This is a good ball movement. Twinkle. That was. I have no idea why that was considered a highlight. None whatsoever. 2-0 at the break. Snicky's 8th minute strike. Cookies 40th minute strike separates us and Burskov at the moment. I'm so pleased. There we go. There we go. That Freck just kept that in, but that's going to roll out for a goal kick. So, right. Here's Twinkle. Carrying it forward. Twinkle. Back for a Koniku. Oh, my God. Sheamus is in absolute acres of space. Take it yourself, Sheamus. Right at Keenely, though. Now Sheamus here on the corner to the right hand, keeper's right hand post. Headed up, not out. Carson will fall to it. Boots it forward. It's cleared. It's the end of the highlight. 54th minute. We're get restarted here with the goal kick. Jack comes down with it. I've headed it on to Jones. Jones goes first touch to Sheamus. He had plenty of time to settle it. Don't know why he didn't. We still retain possession, though. Sheamus on the left. He's running with it. He turns. He cuts back. Twinkle on the inside. Twinkle takes it center. Looking for Snicky. One touch. Tried to thread it through. Bengala with a good step in. Here we go with Burskov on the ball now. That's a good ball over to Holmes. We're scrambling to get back. Holmes is going to be able to get this crossing, I think. He does. I've blocked it out for a corner. There we go. The Sun's finally trying to come through. Back post, headed away by Jones. And we are into the 58th minute. Jack. Sheamus. Jack. According to Twinkle. Over the top on the right-hand side. Jones doesn't come away with it, but it is put out for a corner. You know what this season's been missing so far? The season's only been missing one thing, and that's a Konikun free kick. Free kick goal. Here's Jack. Whipped in. Joe Jones back post up and over. We have subbed on McKendy for Sheamus. Second sub might be Frack. Frack for Charlie Perver. This one's booted forward. Jones wins the ball. Cookies. Frack. Myself. Right here. Jack. Akonikun. Jack. Goes forward over the top for Sheamus, or Mukendi on the left-hand side now. Good run from Mukendi. Ball in. Snicky can't win the header. Onyangu's going to head it forward. Howard comes up with it. Still the highlight goes. Here's Bengala. Onyango. Forward for Carson. I've won the header. Akoniku wins the second one. Snicky comes forward. They were still on sides. Cookie's too heavy a touch. A Konikun will give it back to him, though. Snicky shoots. What a goal! Snicky from about 18 yards nestles it inside the post. And that is 3-0. It's actually about 22 yards. Just about 22 yards out for that one. Very nice. And it's 3-0. I'm thinking about second sub here. Thinking Frack is coming off for Perver. Woolley just flashes the top of the net with that one. And that'll be a goal kick. I have one sub remaining. Might be a Konikun. Might be me. Over the top. Carson, good block. That was a very good block. Yeah, I'm on 70. I don't have another defensive sub. So it'll have to be a Konikun for Charlie Wildman. Here's Jones on the right-hand side. Whipped in, back post. Samuel clears. I've got it. I'm going to have it go. Oh, it's off keenly and out. We will make our sub now. It will be Charlie Wildman coming in for a Konikun. So we're out of subs. Here's Jack. Whipped in. Samuel clears. Holmes runs it down. He's got plenty of space on the right. Wildman has found him. That's going to be a booking for Wildman for stopping a promising attack. Right. Final minute of the 90. The fourth official has indicated we will play a minimum of 4 minutes of added time. Wildman goes for goal. Keenly almost fumbles it. Here's Harris. Tried to thread Carson through, couldn't. Wildman took too heavy a touch. Snicky almost won that tackle. Mukendi did. Parks. Snicky. For Cookies. Good ball. Oh, Howard went in tough. Did win the ball. Didn't get any of the man, thankfully. The full-time whistle you got to think is coming. We played the 4. Mukendi, Wildman. There it is. Oh my God, Hubert. Oh my goodness me. Milk just posted something in my Discord under the banter tab. That's brutal, man. 3-0 off Snicky's return. They bag a brace in the 8th minute. Cook for the first. Cookies in the 40th and 63rd. For Snicky's brace. There we go. Sweet victory. Yeah. FC Isle of Man, Sutton Reserve. Stevenson the 13th for FC Isle of Man. It's all good, 10th Shadow. Taylor from the penalty marker in the 31st before Stevens brace in the 45th. They were 3-0 up at half, FC Isle of Man. Second half, Holmes in the 48th. And again, 6 minutes later, pulled Sutton Reserves back within one, but Wardrobe shut the door in the 75th. FC Isle of Man 4-2 winners. They move up into the 4th place in the playoff spots. Sutton Reserves down to 7th. Earlham 1-1, hosting Silsden Reserves. Bowyer for Silsden Reserves get the 37th minute goal. Keane in the 70th, though, levels it. Earlham split the points. It's a good point for Silsden reserves, but they're still in the drop on goal difference, and terrible goal difference at that. Earlham are going to remain in ninth. Mossley hosting Bickerstaff. Pritchard in the 9th minute for Mossley got things started before Golding in the 18th for Bickerstaff leveled it. Then it was Henry in the 52nd for Mossley. Pritchard in the 57th for Mossley, and then Breen put it in his own net to give Bickerstaff hope at 3-2. Wood in the final minute of the 90 scored to put Mossley 4-2 in front. Mossley are going to hop Sutton reserves. They're up to 6. Bickerstaff down into 12th now. Ramsbottom United, North Walkden. Gray for North Walkden scored late in the 75th, and he scored again in the 81st to give North Walkden a 2-0 advantage. Arthur in the 88th got one back for Ramsbottom United, but they could not find the equalizer, and it will finish 2-1 there. Ramsbottom United are going to remain in 8th. North Walkden remain in 3rd. Squires Gate hosting Almondbury Woolpack. It was Moran in the 25th for Almondbury Woolpack. Hughes in the 57th. They were 2-0 up. Tennant in the 61st got the first of the two back for Squires Gate, but they couldn't find the second. And so Almondbury Woolpack take the points. They move 3 points clear of the drop. They move up to 10th. Squires Gate now just above the drop on goal difference in 14th place. That is what happens around the grounds. So we got a post-match press conference. Let's kick this off with the first question from Mark Barker at the Daily Mirror. We're excellent. Always keen to start well. Pretty much perfect. Found it fascinating. Top drawer for Snicky's goal. Joe Jones was terrific. Right. And that is that. Luke Pritchard is the player of the week for his brace. And we are at the end of the episode. Thank you so much for those on YouTube. This was episode 221. We'll see you. We're getting real closer to the, the Crostons, something like that match. But yeah, that's the big match coming up. We'll get real closer to it. We'll see if we can win that one. Anyway, join us in the next episode. Until then, take care.